Nice to meet you to this new episode of Weekbit. On the kitchen table, a well-known friend, the TEAC PD-H300C. We have had this machine, it's now, I think so, 2 months ago or so, yes, on the kitchen table, but I think it's a super machine. But this machine have a other issue, not a drive issue. It's a super thing, the drive is good, and we would like to connect it and have a look what it's happened. First we should also connecting the audio to it. In case of that, they remind me, here are the cables left and right. They said this machine have the issue that we have no audio or so, and we have a checkup this in case of that, what happened with it. So we need this CD and turn it on. Look, here's and open it. Putting in the disc, closing it, and what's happened? Initialization. The TOC, the table of content, will be read. 10 tracks on it, that's correct. And play, and it's happened. No audio. Very funny. Aha! Only complete destroyed. Complete destroyed audio. I don't know why. Why is there not? No input here. It's really. Audio is very low. We must have a watch on it. And to this, we should stop it. Audio. We must have a look in the plan and in the service manual, and then we have a look inside what's happened here. Disconnected from the vents, and then we would like to disassemble it, the box. Maybe the cable inside is wrong or stuff like this. Oh no, I don't know what went wrong here. And we have a watch. Maybe this is a simple failure, huh? No, not a simple failure. What do you think? In case of the TEAC, the people who knows TEAC, I don't know it very well because I'm repairing it my second time. This is a second machine where they repaired, not the same, but other. The first have a drive issue, and now this has a audio failure. Maybe there are some transistors or so, they making them mute, and the mute is permanent on. This is also a possible thing. I hope so. You're not angry on me about this, but it must be. I hate this. I mean, who can open this like normal thing with normal, not broken fingers and stuff like this? No, it's not. You cannot open it. Nobody knows why this is so. You must lift it up here first, and then you can lift up here. So it's I hate this. Come on, how can that be? But super build. Look inside, it's really super build. Here audio out. Aha, interesting. Here is the beat. This is interrupted. We solder this. It's a little bit looks like not good. Maybe these two transistors are the negative. It's only one chip and two transistors, and that was all. And the cable here. Let's have a look in the plan, in the service manual. It's the H300C PD.
This is the TEAC service manual from the PD-H300C. And what we're gonna see is here a chip that sends the audio from here, audio out circuit. This is the left-right clock, ground and beat clock or bit clock and audio out. Here is the data. Here is the data from the audio, and this going to the digital analog converter. These 3 pins, 5, 7 and 8. And now we have a look where it is, but the point is that we have this plan have only 15 pages and is incomplete. They're doing this very funny. They said here is the service manual, but you cannot find out where the connection is and so on. And also the chip was not written, so I must search through this and found out that in this schematic that we can see here, first I thought it was the other chip down below here. It was this chip, but not. It is not this chip. It is this chip. And we're doing magnification here on this, and we see the follows. Here's pin number 1, because the chip is on the other side, on the bottom side mounted. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, it's clock, and it's going here to this pin. 6 is ground, see that here. 7 is the bit clock, and 8 is the audio out. It's going to here and here, yeah, and going here to these 3 pins, and this is going up to this line and going in this IC. I think the IC 06 or whatever it means is the digital analog converter, and I must find out how this is working. In case of that, here is the plan to the end. The end is here. They don't deliver the full schematic plan, and you must search it by hardware, and I'm not afraid about this, but what else? It is so.
Now I found out that we have here the output, and there are 2 transistors, one on the left and the right, or left or right, is interchange maybe, and here is coming the audio. But I think if this will be switched to off, then no audio also cannot out. So we disconnected here and disconnected from the mains. Here we are, and I desolder now these points from the transistor. Maybe these transistors are defect or are switching to the on position, and so the audio will not come out. I would like to interrupt this for a short time and find out, is it possible or is it not possible to have the correcting. Oh, it's not good. Not good. So I disconnected here and here. That will be okay. If it's working, then we know the mute control is defect or not working, and so you understand, mute control. I don't want to have a muting in the signal, and so I must desolder or solder this from here and here. I hope so. Now the signal is coming out or not. If not, then we must search on the other position. If yes, then we can leave it. Or we build the transistors out, because the mute transistors, they are needed if this chip, the digital analog converter chip, is switching inside. You hear that on the speakers. But if it's playing in between, I do that also in my Sony. I disconnect these transistors in case of that. That disturbs me in the sound, really. It disturbs me. The super high clear audio what this came out is disturbs. Yeah. So we do that. We start it again. We start it again and hope so that the audio is coming out now. Very funny. It's a noise. It is but it is not a radio. If it's switched off, look at this. I switch it off, and you hear this? This is interesting. It comes out a noise from the digital analog converter like a radio, but this noise is some data. And I turn it on, it's gone. Aha! And now I play. This is the failure. But what can I do in case of this? I don't have a switching plan. What can I do with this failure? Mute is not coming, so. Do you hear this? It works perfect. I'm surprised, but there's noise coming out and the mute doesn't work. What can that be? What the hell is in the chips? I can say nothing. But now it's working. If it runs, it works. This is not an issue. If you start it, it's making like a radio. Yeah, this is interesting. Stop. This is really interesting.
Here are the two mute transistors that left and right bring to ground, and we have a watch on this pin here and here and here, and this going to the left to this mute number 3, to the mute number 3. But the interesting is that if we go back to the mute is running here, here and here and here along, yeah, and then it comes to this point. It's going up to this processor. This is the sound processor, and correction and whatever, mute. I think it's an input, and then it comes here to this, going here and here, and this mute, and this processor doing the mute, I think. And what's happened? It's all the time mute. That means the machine is on the end. If you connect it, then no audio came out anymore, and the machine is on the end. In case of these two transistors, they are switched to mute. I disconnect it here from the base, and so I let it be. The machine can work, but you have a noise in the start. This is another issue, but it's better to hear a sound than you hear no sound. You can hit the machine on the trash.
Now what shall I do? I disconnect the transistors and close the deck. In case of that, they cannot make any what is this? Other side. They cannot make any. You cannot work with the defect transistor, with the defect software on the mute pin, and so we close the door and let them be like this. It's better. It's better you have a machine there where you can play it than you have a machine with only permanent mode, and so it's better we close it and let it be. Say to the owner, must be switch on the volume down, and he can play the CDs. The sound is good, it's very good, but the problem is that the machine, I think they made the end. No, it's no end. Not muting, no end. I think it's also a software issue inside the machine. Everybody can think what they want about this problem. I show that often that mute is coming from nothing. And now you can play the next years. I think so. How long the laser is working, you can play with this machine. And the power amp also working, motor amplifier. There is only one issue, the motor amplifier, but okay. It costs a couple of euros or dollars, and it works again, the super machine, and we can hear the sound. It's very good. I'm wondering, there is a pulse width modulation on it, and it sounds so good. I'm really impressed about this TEAC. And yeah, I'll switch it on. CD was in. You hear the noise? Noise is stopping if you switch it on, no problem. Then you have the regulator not so open, and so play. And you can hear it. Sound came from the speaker. It's working well. So jump to the next track. That was the TEAC PD-H300C, and well known, the mute point from the processor or microcontroller is switched all the time on. That means no audio came out. Yeah, for the user of this machine, it's important that the volume control is low, and then you hear a noise like a radio that was not tuned at the first, after switching it on. And after this initialization of the one button, it will run all normal, I think. Also, if you stop the sound to the pause, there is no audio, and that means you don't need the mute. The mute is a beauty thing. That means I would like to find out how the controller are controlling the display, and would like to make maybe, if I found out how the play symbol on the display will work, and that we can use as a mute information if the processor is in play. So the mute should be turned off. And if the play symbol is not here, the mute should be turned on. Yeah. Okay. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.